All right, welcome to Weekly Heat Edition 6, and this week we've got Wotan with us. Go and say hi.
Hey everybody.
All right, we're a little bit late with this, as typical with Weekly Heat, but that's all right. By the time this is out, we'll probably be ready to start recording the second one, or for this week, and then yeah, but yeah, we're closing up toward the end of the season. We're in our last week of regular season, so how you feeling looking at playoffs?
Me personally, I think it's looking pretty good. I don't
Yeah.
think there's any chance of me not making it at this point, which is nice.
Exactly. So you're just kind of gunning for that one seed then.
Yeah, I think it's me versus Jerry Beans.
All right. Well, I guess we'll
Yeah,
see how that goes for you guys this week.
I'm excited.
Nice.
Gotta
Nice.
beat Bucks.
Oh yeah, of course. All right. Well, let's go and get right into it then. We've got for our first highlight, we have our Pokemon of the week, which is the Life Orb Tuxflosion. Uh, this thing was nuts. I think it took like all the kills in like two of the games that they played.
Yeah, it kind of just did what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyways, so yeah, kind of a rough season for Tux, but he's made some trades. He's got some new Pokemon. He got rid of the Ho-Oh. I think that probably should have happened after week one, or he should have just not drafted it. But it's always good to try new things, unless it's Ho-Oh in a restricted format.
Yeah, I agree. Zacian, much better option.
Okay, let's look at that damage. Hold up. This is a resisted hit from, I'm guessing, an Eviolite Torcat. That did 75% outside of the sun. I know it terrored, but this isn't specs
Yeah,
damage. This is Life Orb, which is kind of interesting considering that this is Eruption and it's doing damage based off your HP. So I wonder what the thought process was behind this. Like, obviously it worked, but for Tux, putting Life Orb on something that kind of wants to stay healthy is a really interesting choice.
well, I mean, it worked out for him.
It did.
It just obliterated Murkrow.
Yeah. And he gets the roar out, which kind of works out for Tux because now he's in this position where Garganacl can kind of just click Sulk here. Look at that. Beautiful damage. Roars again and gets the Zacian. Man,
With the Intrepid Sword.
yeah. I don't know what the idea with roaring the Garganacl was here. Maybe just to prevent Sulk here on both Mons. Ooh, huge sword dance. Okay, I don't. This was a very greedy play by Tux. I don't quite
Yeah,
know what the thought process was behind just burning your restricted like that when you can just get damage off.
it
But
comes
oh my
back into
gosh,
the
huge
eruption
damage.
later on again.
Yeah, I mean at this point, Typhlosion just has this pretty much bagged because of the tailwind. Attacks, avoid the fake out. Yeah, I mean like
Yep.
not much more you can do at this point. Yeah, I guess he's thinking like at this point with Sun up, it kind of makes up for the damage reduction with my HP dropping. So I guess if you're healthy enough, it's still doing a lot more damage than like Heat Wave or something.
Yeah, I
But
mean, you can do 3 or 4 hits with the life orb before it starts to really drop.
exactly. But I think we see in this game how like critical it is for it to stay healthy because I think we saw like Eruption when it's at like 0 HP doing like 0.2% health or something when it attacks.
I do remember seeing that when I watched this. I don't remember when though.
Hard switch into Typhlosion. Immune to fake out. All right, so a really good switch by Tux. Now he's in this really good
Yeah,
position where he can
nice
click
play,
Sunny
nice
Day,
play.
but this just misses out on the KO. Um, and it lets him get a parting shot off for Tejeko. And now he can get his own tailwind because of Prankster, and
Ooh,
he's in a
yep.
pretty good position. Got the Terra Fire up. It's faster than the Typhlosion, and Eruption does
Yeah.
2%. Yeah. And it
Ooh,
takes itself off to the Life Orb. So yeah,
that's a
obviously
rough
a risky
play.
strategy.
That's rough.
A really well positioned by Tejeko though with that Murkrow getting into position so it can kind of reverse the tailwind on Tux.
I remember thinking specifically this game, the Curum was used really well to kind of break.
Yeah, definitely. Because using what was it, the fusion flare? Is that the fire move that it
Yeah,
gets?
and I thought the freeze dry was
Yeah,
interesting.
absolutely. Because making sure you hit all the water types on the team, covers their terras, and still really strong stab. Works out pretty well. Oh my gosh, look at that damage.
Yeah, Guts looks right.
Let's go. Love to see it. And protect up. Haze. Wow.
Oh,
Love that.
forgot that happened. Yeah.
That's really cool. One thing we did miss was the upper hand, taking out the Torcat trying to fake out. That's also a really cool tech by Tux on the Samurai. Kind of glossed
Oh
over
yeah,
that.
yeah. That we yeah just kind of sped by, but yeah, that is cool. Upper hand's always fun.
Yeah, but Fusion Flare is a really nice addition for Kira, especially with the Terra Fire, resisting a lot of the team while also hitting for 100% accurate, just 100 base power special moves. So yeah, really good way to reverse the tides on Tux and brings us to this game three, where once again we do see the Typhlosion kind of come out on top. The nice thing about Typhlosion is like it can't be faked out. Like you can just like use it sparingly without worrying about any of the side effects of like fake out or fighting type moves.
Oh yeah, because it's nice you can avoid fake out turn one, and then like exactly like
Oh my
he just did,
gosh.
Parafire turn two and obliterate two mons. Like it
All right.
just
So if you Terrifier and you're in Sun, it does kill the Torracat. Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous damage. Yeah, at this point, I'm pretty sure TJeko knows it's kind of over.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to come back from just 4-4 to 4-2.
Yeah, that's just wild damage.
Yeah,
61% to that
yeah.
Kiram
Oh my
resisted.
God.
Done kill. Wow. Wow. That's just insane damage. Yeah, Typhlosion
Yep.
gets all four kills.
Yep. And that's the Typhlosion sweep there.
Yeah, it's a very simple strategy, but if you can get it to work, it is certainly effective. Good job to Tux. All right. We also have Cody's Snorlax. I know Cody's not currently in the server right now, but we're hoping he comes back.
Oh
But
yeah.
really fun set from this week six, where we have his Snorlax opening up the gate to getting his win overall in the set. So he's down game one, if I recall, against who is this? He valid. I forget who this
Oh,
actually is.
I can't remember either. If the name's too much different from the Discord name, I just don't
Yeah, I
remember.
know. I should probably change my name honestly on the game. Anyways, this Snorlax puts in some heavy work. Facing off against the Groudon, so it's kind of terrain versus weather. Um, we see the Precipice Blades doing 60% still.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh, that crit. Is this Life Orb potentially with the Magic Guard or something? 'Cause that did a lot.
Yeah, Clefable's
Um,
already 20. Oh, and it's dead.
yeah, but took out the Groudon, so kind of did its job. Um, but now we have the Illumisen. Actually, decent damage with the Draining Kiss. Terra Ghost Snorlax
There
with
it goes.
growth on the Illumise. Yeah, eating that hit. Really solid. Ice Punch.
Dodging the close combat there is
Uh,
really nice.
Yeah, it's super nice. We do see the Encore into the Illumise. So it's kind of stuck here doing nothing, but high horsepower just takes out the Hitmonlee. At this point, Sun's over. Whimsicott will have to set it again if it wants it. That only does 23%. We see the Aquatic
Oh, the
Barrier bring
berry.
it back up
Yeah.
with that Gluttony ability. And Whimsicott's down. So now it's just Snorlax kind of doing its thing. Takes Protect. Dragon Tail takes it out. And Rhydon is in. Ooh, Parabolic Charge is interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting to use it well at full HP.
Yeah. Um, Fortunately,
But
Cody does
I
get away.
mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
so he didn't know that it hit both foes and opponents on your side. But Snorlax is tanky enough
Oh,
to eat
okay.
the hit and gives Cody the game win. Let's us go to this game three, where we see Terra Ice Miraidon, which is pretty cool.
I remember thinking that was probably one of the coolest things in the set.
Yeah, I feel like Miraidon just like it obviously won Worlds this year, but it has a lot of like things going against it in draft where it's like pretty predictable in terms of like what you want to do with it. So it makes it really hard, I think, to really effectively use it in draft unless you like really, really like just kind of like hone into like one aspect of it. Oh my gosh, 71% from the Groudon. You just want to take
Yeah.
another kill though. Good to see.
Go Snorlax.
Gotta protect. Sucker Punch, good dodging that. But this Terra Fire on the Groudon is gonna make it interesting. Oh, we see Trick Room. Interesting.
Okay, so Snorlax.
Ice. Oh, I
Ice
think you might have
Punch.
forgotten it was a fire type for the
I might have
terrestrial
forgot
evasion.
that, or you could have been predicting a switch, maybe.
Yeah, maybe into the Whimsicott or something.
Yeah.
High horsepower that time. You see a strength sap, but I think close combat takes it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Cody's still in a strong position with the Trick Room up. You can get the Clefable in. I'm guessing this thing's Life Orb just based off how much damage it's doing. I guess it's not like insane damage, but it's definitely enough to be respectable. See the Moonlight to get it healthy again. Sun is over, so any fire moves aren't going to do as much damage. And the Sinister
So
just
it's
kind
like
of
slowly
staying on the
chipping
field. Yeah.
down here. It's like a slow
Yeah.
until that, but
And now
yeah.
Miraidon comes in and it's Trick Room's ended, so it's perfect timing. You see Terra Ice just take out the Walking Wake. Strength Sap brings nothing because of the what is it? The Protect.
Korean, no. Oh, protect.
Does Groudon not have Heat Crash? Maybe Heat Crash doesn't do much damage because Miraidon's pretty heavy. Oh my gosh. That did
Yeah,
40%. That's resisted. That's insane damage.
that was it. That's impressive.
Yeah. And Sucker Punch is not enough to take it out. And Miraidon just finishes up the game. So really good job to Cody. And we do really hope you come back, bud. No, it's been a rough couple seasons, but we still love you. Hope you come back, man.
Agreed. Miss you already.
Yeah, let's go Clutch Lax. Moving on to our restricted showdown, the box seven or Gen 7 box art face off.
Now
Jerry's
back seven.
Lunala, it's J-Star's Solgaleo. This is a fun set. Um, it's always kind of fun to see these kind of face offs, for the plot. But yeah, if Jerry lost this game, I think it puts you in like a perfect position for the one seed. But he does come out on top, if I recall. Um,
Yeah, so it's just down to our week seven matches and how we do there.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Um,
The fake out, right? And then into the trick room.
Copycat
Ursula.
into the Trick Room is insane to like reverse it. That's a super cool
Yeah,
play. And the miss on
that
the Will Wisp is unfortunate.
was a goal.
Coaching again, this Arcanine is up. I'm actually kind of curious why he didn't just go right into attacking the Ursaluna, because I don't think the Lunala is much of a threat right now. It's hard to like call it not a threat because it's obviously Lunala. But I think you more
Yeah.
comfortably eat a hit from Lunala than you do from Ursaluna. Because even with
Well,
the
let's put
defense boost, that
the
did
okay, so
74%.
yeah. I
But
liked
still
the
it's a really strong
sash
position. Yeah, the Sash is nice on the Riolu, and so the Violet. You're just never gonna really eat hits. It's better
because
just to
then
survive
yeah,
one.
and then you get that one, coaching off on your restricted is
Oof.
just, oh, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, once again, I feel like taking out the Ursaluna is definitely the priority here. And J-Star's just kind of letting it stay on the field. See another protect, no copycat. See the knockoff. The Salt Vest. Interesting.
Beefy Ariana.
So preserves it. Interesting. Grassy Glide does not do that much.
And I think
And yeah,
it's what
at this point,
game
very
this
Jerry
is
could probably
game,
just take it
right?
out. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess he does get some diff on getting the Lunala there, but
Yeah, I think J-Star is like next up in terms of differential. Like, I think technically he's still in the running for the 1 seed.
If me and Jerry both lose, I think yeah.
Wow, really fun rock paper scissors situation you got there.
No, it's actually it's nice to have like a close, race at the end.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's look at this game two. I believe J-Star brings out some really fun trick room shenanigans. Okay, so we have the flinch into the Riolu, which is interesting. Will-O-Wisp into the Solgaleo really dampers that
Ooh,
thing off the bat.
yeah, that is
So,
that is a rough status.
but coaching really just able to keep this thing from taking too much damage and while boosting up a little bit. But as you
So
can see,
he
like it's going to be severely dampered.
so Jerry adapted to that focus sash and just instead of trying to go for the one hit, did
Yeah.
two.
Now that psychic thing still killed that Hariyama, even at with the burn. I guess it had defense traps from close combat earlier.
That would do it.
Pollen Puff into the Arcanine's interesting.
It is turned to grass.
Yeah, did solid damage, 26%. And wow, that thing ate.
Ooh, ooh, that's a rough survival.
Really impressive for J-Star to bring this back after being down Mon, basically. Although I guess everything is pretty in rough condition for Jerry's side at this point. Another knockoff into the switch. But this grassy terrain's kind of keeping
Yeah,
J-Star into this
I was
with that burn.
gonna say even though all his mons are weak, the grassy terrain just went up and it's kind of helping him.
Exactly. Ooh, staying in it. It's a close one. Grassy Glide takes out the Luna at low HP, and knockoff takes out the Lunala. Really well played. All right. Last game, who takes it? I think we already know, but it's good to see all these really fun techs. It's just really cool to see what these coaches do to adapt game to game. So you see Flare Blitz right off the bat, and then a Trick Room. Protecting to prevent copycat is great. Good adaptation from Jerry. And
Yeah.
that still didn't kill the Arcanine. I was kind of surprised. That's a stab close combat into a super effective move.
Okay, so he earned extreme speed.
Yeah, Moongeist Beam taking Swaki down to about minus 40.
Fungus.
Now the Grassy Glide, Rocky Helmet, and the Wisp. Yeah, like once you burn
Yeah,
Solgaleo, it's so much less threatening. Like I think we're gonna see it do a Sunsteel Strike, which is a stab, super effective move at this point, and it's gonna do like 20%. Let's see,
taking almost half from the
literally
fungus beam,
20%.
and yeah, and only dealing 20% in return. I mean, that's rough.
Like I guess Shadow Shield is up, but that's still insane damage reduction. Yeah, like that one did 42,
So
but
42.
whew, Woodhammer and the heal.
And
And the
there's the
trick,
pulse.
yeah. I mean,
Yep.
Jerry's just playing out of his mind right now. He's got everything pretty much set up perfectly for himself. Pollen Puff brings back up to full. Moongeist Beam brings it down low. And then this is, oh, it doesn't target the Lunala. It's an interesting choice.
Well, that's fully HP again, so it gets that shadow shield again.
Yeah. Coaching again. Another attacking Pollen Puff.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
that Rio is very defensive.
J-Star is doing his best just to kind of stay in this. The Moongeist Beam from Copycat Real is something you definitely don't have in your bingo card. Love to see it.
Um,
Did
it
a
is
whole
it is
7%.
a unique, a unique move.
That
If
is
not
certainly
very
something.
powerful.
All right, well, good job to Jerry, and I'm excited to see who takes the division lead next week, or I guess this week. All right. Um, So we have an honorable mention up next. This wasn't a win, unfortunately, for Lucky, but it was a really, really cool moment, specifically for the Lavani, which doesn't usually get a lot of play, but against Fur, it actually had a really, really cool game one where it did a good amount of damage. So it's a Chlorophyll Lavani with
Okay.
Terrifier. Pretty sick.
Oh, okay.
See taunt.
Protect.
I guess
Doesn't matter.
he's
It's attacking.
looking to prevent the entrainment to make it a speed Torkoal like he did last week. But
I
Lunge just
mean,
takes out.
wow, that is Umbreon is not a weak
Yeah,
mon.
that is a stab hit from a Life Orb Lavani, so I guess that does make sense. But this is really cool. Triple Axle takes out the Reggie Drago for
That's
full.
even that's that's the HP mon. That's
Yeah,
the
and the paralysis does suck because I think it gets another hit and probably takes out the Zacian this turn, or at least brings it low. Another fire move from Lucky on the Grimmsnarl.
that's
And you can
cool.
see
Fire
for
punch.
like, why
You
do all
don't
the
see
mons have a
those.
fire move?
Yeah, you don't see those elemental punches that often, but
Yeah, I mean, if you're weak to fire, though, it's not a bad option to break. And the Trick Room just kind of perfectly sets up Blackie for this game one win.
for that Torkoal.
And a great double from the Dialga with the Dragon Pulse just lets Ferret kind of take the loss for this game one. Yep. And boom, Eruption. Yeah, really well played by Lucky. He did end up losing the set, unfortunately, but still really, really cool.
Impressive Luveni KO taking capabilities.
Oh, yeah. All right. We have to acknowledge this insanely consistent Lunala and Wigglytuff combo from Feathers. This thing has been so potent all season, and just got to shout it out again. This thing was so, so, so effective against Kingslayer's Rayquaza this week. Just a perfect counter, basically. Like Frisk just to see what the items are, and then it's bulky enough to take hits, and then just heal pulse or do whatever it wants to do.
The Terra Fairy resists the dark off the bat.
Now, special Rayquaza is interesting because I actually did do mocks with Feathers this week, and I brought a Specs Rayquaza that absolutely obliterated him.
So
And
it's
that's
just
why he actually brought Calm Mind to start preventing maybe certain special sets from taking him out. But Terra
so the
Fairy,
pattern
Dazzling Gleam, oh my gosh.
is already happening here where it's heal pulse, trick room, calm mind, and then
Yeah,
throw in moves here and there. And
exactly.
it's working.
And this Wigglytuff with Stealth Rock to prevent just adding more damage onto this flying type team. Really, really fun tech. Like, putting up hazards is usually more of a single strategy, but here we can see it paying off and like breaking any potential multi-scales or sashes. Really just kind of puts things in the range for this Lunala and really potent strategy for him. Hurricane
Well,
does
because
26.
I mean, this +1 Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam is just dealing huge chunks of damage every turn.
Exactly. And when you're very weak, like Kingslayer is with all these dragon types, it makes sense. So we see the Rillaboom this time. Lunala still getting that defense boost, immediately Terras, and Overheat takes out the Rillaboom. But again, just sets up Trick Room. Can't take it
Yeah,
out, can't taunt it. Now you're in this great
I don't
position.
know.
Dazzling Gleam,
Wiggly turn. Yeah, but play rough.
another
Okay.
Calm Mind. Oh my gosh. Feathers is just, he's got the perfect setup for this specific matchup. We do see, I'm guessing the Banded Extreme Speed, doing decent damage. Whew. But Dazzling Gleam does take it out. The Cargo's leftovers,
Macargo's
interesting.
alive.
I mean, cool to see Macargo doing something in the match. Not exactly a mon you see every day. Um, Solid damage. And yeah, unfortunately, it's
Yep.
just not quite enough to take out the Wigglytuff, and the Lunala is just here to spam that move.
When I
Stealth
watched
Rock is
this,
respectful.
oh man, when I watched this the first time, I hadn't seen this combo before, and I mean, wow.
Yeah, no, this Wigglytuff has been on a roll this season next to Lunala. Um, So yeah, just really, really well played. All right, game of the week. Game one of Smash vs. Firebro featuring his Scarf, Hisuian Arcanine. Really fun tech against the Miraidon and a lot of other speedier mons. Um, like if you can get that speed going with the Volbeat, like you're guaranteed gonna outspeed something like a booster speed bundle or a very speedy Miraidon. And it just kind of works out great. Great Terra Fairy by
And
uh
just immediately
Firebro.
turning tables in that.
Yeah, but oh my gosh, look at that damage from the Groudon. And the Pachirisu coming
Oh,
in.
the follow me, man.
This thing I
Yeah,
despise. It's so annoying to deal with.
for
Wow.
one that missed on the bundle.
I do want to know what the EV spread on that treads is, because that ate a Precipice Blades from Groudon. That's respectable damage, but
Oh, and
also
the Rocky helmet
respectful
on
EV spreading.
Pachirisu.
So here's where we get to see this Scarf Arcanine, which is still unfortunately slower than
Yeah, I was
Iron
gonna say
Bundle.
it's still slower than bundle, but
But at the end of the day, it's still enough to outspeed this Miraidon and give
yeah.
Smash the upper hand in this setup. And the
Oh,
flinch.
the flinch,
Brutal.
the flinch
I
right at when
do
you beat it.
wonder what happens in this game if no, I think he still wins because you click high horsepower into the Miraidon, who's at
Yeah,
45. Yeah, probably still dies. But
unless
really
you
cool
missed
tech
on high
with the
power,
Arcanine.
but yeah, no, it was good.
All right, our set of the week. Logice versus Lux. It was a fun one. A lot of back and forth stuff. We see the Zacian or the Zamazenta doing some really fun work with body press. We see a special Duskmane Necrozma from Logice. Like this was just a set that was all over the place. So let's get right into it. It was really, really fun. So we got a speedier um
Verifier
Necrozma set from
avoids
the
the
looks of
will-o-wisp,
it.
and then an immediate imprison.
Yeah. Good Terra by Lux. Bro, can you
And
imagine if he meteor beamed into
oh,
the
yeah, if he had meteor beamed the Zamazenta there,
like obviously there's no reason to make that play, but oh my gosh, 45% foul play does decent damage.
almost kills it.
You see the protect. Oh wow. Brayber
Yeah, but
killed.
we'll go down to the recoil.
That's good damage. Just the crossbow and Talonflame did a really good setup lead. Um,
Intimidate is nice. And
we see
switching out to get it again
Thunderwave,
later.
immune, but we do see this Zombies have to go down. So special the Crossbow Duskmane, not something I had on my bingo card at all, but definitely heat. This was really, really cool.
Definitely
Wow.
interesting way to use that Necrozma,
Man,
but
it is.
I mean it's putting in work.
Yeah. 89% to a Rotom's really good damage.
Them guys are bulky, yeah.
Get to play rough, gunk shot. Yeah, at this point, Logice is too far ahead in this game, and Blood Moon's just gonna finish off this game. So really strong game one from Logice. Let's see how Lux adapts. I actually don't really remember, but I think the Zamazenta does good damage. So see the Ogre Pawn to get ton lead this time. Smagius protects.
Low kick, but with the plus defense.
Yeah. And
And
just
it's already
Ticketon
at
really trying to spam the yellow color, but keep missing
13%.
into the target.
Yeah, they're trying to hit the funny move.
Wow, really good read by Lux to switch out and predict him targeting the other Mon this time without Thunderwave. Ogre
The
Pawn
berry
goes
the
down.
berry from
Oh my gosh.
back off Motor Main is good.
Blood Moon takes that out.
Yeah.
Still really good damage into the Ursaluna. And
Yeah,
now
even at
Cho'Ga's in.
0.5.
Back hit wave. Wow.
Oof.
So he's trying to double it up. He's definitely scared of it. But at this point, Lux is just trying to see what he's doing. We see the zombies have to come back in. Terra Ghost, immune the
To
fake out,
avoid the fake out.
takes
Yeah,
out
that's
with Sucker
nice.
Punch.
That's nice. That was a good play.
Yeah, really well played. And yeah, body press still doing 51% without a boost. Wow, this thing's nuts.
I mean, the Tinkaton living two body presses is nice though. With the berry.
Yeah, it's good information for both players to have though. So yeah, let's go into this game three and see who comes out on top. We see the same lead from game one. Terra Dragon this time is interesting. Tailwind, Photon Geyser. Interesting just going for it right off the bat. Um, and Trick Room to counter it. So this is funny, using Trick Room against a team that's primarily Trick Room dominated with the Ursaluna and this Prosma.
No, because the tail end is up.
Yeah, really interesting just to have that as like an option in the back. I'm guessing it's maybe like Imprison Trick Room. Yeah, he has
Yeah, I was about to
Imprison.
say that's why he's got the imprison up is
But
so
using Trick Room against a Trick Room team is certainly something that you don't see every day. But it's a
not
really
on a
cool
bigger
adaptation
card.
from Lux. And now we see the Protect, the stall out the rest of this Trick Room because now it's not at the advantage. And yeah, it takes out the Tailwind setter, and Lux is in a great position in a 4v2. And Body Press just takes it out. And yeah, that's gonna
Just
be game.
straight up, yeah.
So yeah, really, really strong set from Lux.
Yeah, it was a lot of interesting text that set. There
Yeah,
was on both sides.
I think playing around the Trick Room that game three by Lux was extremely well played because you definitely don't expect. I think he wasn't expecting Tailwind to be a factor, and Logice wasn't expecting Trick Room to be a factor. So kind of like a reversed roles with these teams
Yeah,
in
kind
the
of
set.
been a reverse card on him.
Yeah. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thank you again, Wotan, for joining us. Good luck with your last week of regular season and your quest for the number one seed.
Thank you, thank you. It was fun to be here. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and again, we will see you at the end of this next week at some point for more weekly heat. And keep an eye out for power rankings from Jay Queef, who's going to be recording those pretty soon as well for playoffs. So get ready for that. We got a lot of fun stuff planned. And good luck to everyone as we finish out the season, or I guess the regular season. But we'll catch you guys next time. Bye for now.
Bye.